So what we'll do is we'll go to the wiki, and this is where we would do maybe a more detailed description. So I'll come back in and go and work on that later. Description goes here. Inspired by article in Make 23. And then this is the wiki. All the text boxes that you'll see in ODE come from our textile, basically. They're a modified version of textile.
Cool.
And then let's put a picture in, so then I can attach files to my wiki pages. And what we'll do here is we'll just go here and we'll get a picture of the completed workbench. Then we save it. So we can create a new file and sidebar. There's oops, sorry, not that. I want to go back to the wiki. We come in here, the usual thing. File doesn't exist, and we create it, and we put a link to it. Oops, double, I guess. Double silly J. That's right. One of the things I wanted to show you is they give you the ability to edit this sidebar by creating a sidebar page. So then we could leave it here. And then you see this way we can create our own links by editing this file, this page in the wiki, and we can create our own organizational structure. One of the other things that's pretty different about ODE from some of the other stuff is that I have this document management system called DMSF. And so I can treat this much more like a file share. So let's see. If I wanted to add a folder for the workbenches. Do that right here. Now I'm in there, I can go back up and we can see it's all very desktop. Then I can then drag and drop files onto there. I can do this with versions, so that even though it's not in a version control system, I still, for my more binary oriented files and mechanical engineering and things like that are maybe not the best things to store in a version control system, I can still keep track of them.
Oh, nice. I was wondering how you handled that. I never saw the radio buttons before. That's handy. Oh my gosh.
So that's some of that stuff. I wanted to just a couple other things that might be of interest in terms of features. We actually track Open Design Engine's development on Open Design Engine as a project in Open Design Engine. So you can see that we've got full, we can do pretty full featured wiki pages. We have...
Oh, someone in the chat asked, is there an API for that? I guess they would mean the uploading of the files and the naming and the versions and the stuff. So in general, I guess, is there an API for that?
Like a public-facing API?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a good question. I actually don't know right offhand. A lot of that functionality is coming from a third-party tool that is under active development. I can look that up, though, and get back to you. All of Redmine itself is based around a plugin architecture. And that's part of the reason that we're able to discretize our development process. If you look at our at our roadmap, which is something else that we use on the ODE project that I wasn't turning on the other place. We've actually all the features that we're going to be adding in the beta from the Kickstarter funding are going to be developed as Redmine plugins that will be available to the larger Redmine community as well as to us. And so there's it's a very nice system to work in terms of being able to work in features as discrete chunks. And there's actually a pretty rich API for that part. But in terms of like some sort of a web services API for, hey, what's going on in a project, I don't think that's as well developed in the community yet.
Cool.
So does anyone have any... I'm happy to keep wandering around here, but I also don't want to tie up the meeting overly much. Are there other areas, other questions, or specific questions about the tool, or other things that people would like to see how they work?
I think everyone is just sort of in awe about how easy their...
Thank you, Harry.
Yeah, I think everyone's in awe about how easy their project management will be once this comes out.
Thank you. Again, the big thing for us right now really is the last push for these last 9 or 10 days on the Kickstarter. We're halfway there. I'm certainly I'm talking to some potential corporate sponsors to kind of bump that up a little faster. But the other thing is that we got great support from the community early on, and we just need another round of chatting about it. We seem to do pretty well when people find out about it. We just don't seem to quite have as big a megaphone as maybe we'd like. So any resharing of things would be greatly appreciated as well.
This is going to be really cool. You should try and post it on Chief Delphi, which is the main FIRST Robotics forum thing.
What is it?
Chief Delphi. So people are asking about like visual previews of CAD files and visual diff ideas that
right.
From
and that's
or blog
not yet, but certainly on the list to ease the use of more visual oriented files. Very early on, someone said, "Hey, what about visual diff?" And we've captured it as a feature request. And the current Kickstarter is to fund enough that we can get the beta open, and then we'll start. We'll probably do is come back to the community with of users from the alpha, and try to solicit feedback about ordering the next set of features.
Cool.
One of the things that I was really excited about, and Aaron, I never got a chance to reply to your comments on this, was the idea that as an alternative funding stream long term, someone had asked whether or not we could include a shopping cart system so that people could sell their projects. And I think that's a great idea, first of all, as a feature in general. And I think if we could find a way to, without creating an undue burden, I think that makes just a brilliant way to honor how open source hardware companies and projects are working right now, which is the give away the bits and sell the atoms. And if some sort of small fee associated with that, I think makes for a great revenue stream for the site long term. So I'm really excited about that feature. I will definitely prioritize for the next rev after the beta.
Yeah, but you didn't mention if you're going to do a percentage grab or it would be a fee, a membership
I honestly
fee.
think we need to get feedback, and I haven't had time to write this back to you, Aaron. But I think I think what we need to do is get feedback from the community and find out what the community is interested in, and then we need to also see what the numbers look like, and we need to find what the right balance there is. because I honestly don't know. I'd immediately kind of thought about a percentage originally because that seems to be working very well for Kickstarter and for Pledgy, and PayPal's already taking a percentage. So that's a pretty it's a pretty common paradigm at this point. But I am certainly not wedded to a particular solution on that yet. It's all about finding the right balance.
Yeah.
My goal is to keep it simple. My experience with Cafe Press has made me wary of like 17-tier solutions.
Okay. Well, yeah, we can definitely discuss the percentage versus membership fee later, I guess, because I'll probably be the only one voting for membership fee. Well, thanks for showing the open design engine. I think we can all agree that this will be extremely useful. So useful. Like, I can't wait to just be able to manage all of my files in one place.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for the invite. I really appreciate the chance to show it to more people.
Cool.